Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion, and I know it doesn't feel like morning because it's another overcast, gloomy day. I don't necessarily mind as long as it doesn't rain, but we have a lot of stuff to do today, and we cannot let the weather dampen our spirits here. We are going over into here, and we are going to see a place called Hero Square. And this has a pretty crazy history as well. At one point, they honored the Austro-Hungarian rulers, and then when that all ended, they put up what is now, I guess it's basically the most notable and admired people in Hungarian history. And now we're gonna go see it, and there's a lot of old footage from 1956 where they show tanks and all kinds of brutality and destruction over there. So we're gonna go see that now. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now! Well, this over here is it, but we might have a little bit of a problem. Now online they had warned that local skateboarders like to use this area for skateboarding, but what they didn't warn me was that today they were gonna have some sort of basketball event taking over everything, but we'll try and see as much as we can. Disregard the man that you don't know talking. That is all basketball stuff. Now, you see these columns on each side? We're gonna go around and we're gonna take a look at all the statues in there, because one of the people that I told you about recently, of the name of Nagy, he was one of the people I told you when I came out of the House of Terror that they said refused to confess, and then they executed him in 1957. It's pretty unreal the amount of times that Hungary has been taken over by an external force. And I know the other day when I mentioned that kind of art statue park that we went to, I mentioned before we got there, I said that everything is 96 meters. There's nothing allowed to be larger than 96 meters here. And I actually misspoke. What I meant was, and that's true, but what I said was that it was because they gained their independence in 1896, but that was actually wrong. That was the celebration of the millennial. So it was actually 896, and in 1896 they had this massive celebration in the city, and they built new monuments and all kinds of crazy stuff. This might have been the worst possible day that I could have ever come to see this stuff, just because of all the basketball stuff going on and the music and everything. Now I'll have to talk a lot over this stuff because they pretty much have everything that I wanted to see blocked off. But right here in this center, right on these streets out front, you could see old footage of tanks coming through and taking over this area. Even if I can't get close enough to read the names, I'm just going to show you the statues because I think it's pretty cool that they would honor the people that were most important in the Hungarian history with some of these statues. And they have almost all the ones over here blocked off, so I'll just show you this, and maybe we'll come back another day. I'm really sorry, guys. I didn't know this was going to be happening here today. Now this museum's actually closed right now. They have the entire perimeter covered up. I think they're renovating the building, but how beautiful. Look at the very top. Now if you see that sign, the one in the middle, the Millennium Castle, we're going there. That has significance to 1896 because they built a Transylvanian replica castle, and that's what that is, in 1896 for the celebration. And it was mainly made out of like paper and cardboard and wood, and then people just seemed to love it so much that they ended up making it a permanent fixture and made it out of stone. And what they did was they took architecture from pretty much all around here. There's like 7 different types of architecture combined into this castle, including a statue bust of Bela Lugosi, the star of 1931's Dracula, who was a Hungarian American. And I do apologize for not knowing how to pronounce that properly. I am doing the best I can. Now what also is cool is right beside the castle is a place called City Park. And City Park was exactly like it sounds. It's a city park, but it's actually the very first public park in the entire world. And there's actually quite a bit in this area that we're gonna see today. We're gonna see the castle, we're gonna go by the circus, we might even hit the Szechenyi baths. I think that's how you pronounce it. I believe that is the biggest thermal bath out here. Now this area actually has quite a bit of these. These are little pub crawl trolleys. About 6-7 people get on there and they just drive around the area drinking. I guess it's cool if you're a drinker. Now this area over here is actually the entrance to the Budapest Zoo. That's what that is right there. Now I am not going to go in the zoo, especially with this weather, but I do have to come by and take a look at the Art Nouveau entrance that's just absolutely incredible. Look at the polar bears on top. And then we got this little baboon guy up here we got to take a look at. If he's there, we got to look. Now let's take a look at this. Beautiful. All of the benches are pretty interesting. They all have some sort of interesting little design or little piece of character to them. The question is, will or will they not fall in? See what they're doing? They're walking that divider. I wonder if that's a thing here, if everybody does that. They must, right? They must, because everybody's down there walking around. It's pretty cool. I guess you could just walk down these stairs too and make it a little easier on yourself. Now what this is, this big slab that's open right here, in the cold weather, this is an ice skating rink. So far so good, they're making it. Will or will we not see somebody fall in? If I did it, I would fall in. That's why I'm not doing it. Camera equipment, a bye-bye. Well, the update is that everybody we were watching has pretty much successfully made it across. That doesn't mean, oh, we had a close call down there. Very cool. Rubik's Cube themed. Watch. Now here's the other side of Hero Park where obviously the basketball is not happening. At least you can see that. Well, we're walking through this little farmer's market and there's the castle right beyond. There it is. Let's go take a look. Not a bad view as we cross. Now this is the Museum of Agriculture. They have quite a few things that are housed inside the castle here.
A cél részben az volt, hogy tájékoztassuk a lakosságot, tájékoztassuk a ide látogatókat, az érdeklődőket.
Wow, look at all those up there. Also, none of them Bela Lugosi. Beautiful. Oh, look, there's some people up there in that tower. Well, this is also known as the Millennium Castle, and apparently I lost or I missed the last tour, so she said I could just buy a ticket and take my own tour, which is good. I was afraid they were going to tell me I was too late. And it was only 300 forints, so that was like, what, a little over $1. And here we go. Basically, this is what we got. We get to go across the little bridge For $1.15, I'm cool with that. This is where we walked in down here. I may have to ask where the Bela Lugosi is. I don't see him. It's supposed to be up in a little nook and cranny over here somewhere. Look at that, they're doing a traditional Hungarian dance circle down there. Let's go down and watch. Well, the lady that worked in there didn't know where the bust of Bela Lugosi was either. So I may have to either just keep looking around or start asking around, because I know for sure it's here. I don't see it. Well, my new lady friend really wanted me to get her a Budapest keychain, and they have some pretty amazing stuff in here. Look at this. So cool. I bet I'd look good in that. You know, I really didn't want to buy a shirt, but how am I going to turn down a lion with X-ray specs? Well, I'm in luck because I wanted to go see a performance of this anyway, so. I just can't get over this one. I know I was already over here, but as I was walking by, I'm gonna keep looking for the statue. I just kept looking at that and I was like, all the detail up in there, I just have to swing by and look at it again. Now here's the other side of the castle, and this actually has a little bit of a bar restaurant deal here that goes around back, so if the bust is back there, I don't know, maybe I should ask him. Okay, so I think I made some headway. I just asked somebody and he said that it's actually not part of this part of the castle. It's actually next to it. So let's go find it. So you see that guy in silver and gold? It's actually like a mime. He's standing there. Nobody is supposed to know that he's real. We have those in Hollywood. And one day Adam the Woo and I were hanging out and he's like, you know those guys that dress up in the silver and gold? And I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, that guy was in Home Depot one day when I was in there, and he asked me to spray him down with a spray paint, and I did. Classic. Look at all that. This is actually the Agriculture Museum, so maybe it's attached in part of this. Look at all the statues all along the top. Goodness. Pretty incredible facade for a museum of agriculture. Well, I can't believe we finally found it. I knew it was here. There he is, here I am, there he is, and there's Bela Lugosi. I was not going to leave here until I found that. There's a few things that I wanted to see while I was here that I was not going to leave without seeing. That is one of them.
You are too late. My blood now flows through your veins.
Oh man, we found it. Now let's work our way around the castle and see what else we got here. I know there's more statues. Now there's a statue right over here, and then there's some sort of little yellow bridge here, and the design of it actually looks like, tell me what you think. Doesn't that look like a captain's wheel for like a ship? Pretty cool. Now I wanted to come and take a look at this statue as well. I wish I knew more of, I mean, there's only so much researching I could do. I was looking for buildings, I couldn't research all the people that had statues. As you can tell just by what we've seen in the few days that we've been here, there's countless statues, so you could never really know all of them unless you were from here and studied them in history books. But there's his name, And I was just about to say, hallelujah, we haven't had any rain today. And then, sure enough, it just started sprinkling literally just now. But I'm pretty close to the Szechenyi baths. I might go hit that while I'm here. Well, we can't get in this way, but how cool. Has that old castle feel. Even though I would have loved to have actually seen the full tour of the inside, I'm kind of glad that, I mean, I have a lot of stuff I want to do on this trip. That would have taken so much time to do just that, just to find the Lugosi bus that wouldn't have even been on the tour, so let's go. This is the outside of the castle. I just decided to walk by it and see what was out here. Looks like a lot of miscreant activity happens here. Oh, I'm so glad that I came this way, actually. Look at all that stuff you couldn't see on the other side. That's why I didn't go up the stairs. You couldn't get in the doorway anyway. Like I said, that all was ice skating area over here in the winter. So I actually got to the end and it was a dead end, so I'm just walking backwards now, going back the way we came. So if I'm not mistaken, the 1904 on there is, like I was telling you earlier, they built this castle for the celebration in 1896, but it was made out of like wood and cardboard and stuff, so they decided just to, like, everybody loved it so much, and it was a replica of a Transylvanian castle, that they decided to make it a permanent fixture. And as you could tell from us walking around, heck, you can even tell just by the roofs how many different styles of architecture there are. They redid it for good in 1904. I just can't get enough of the statues on top of the buildings, man. Wow. I don't want to switch lenses, but we wouldn't know who they were anyway, but they're still so cool looking. I think I'm gonna work my way over to the bath, like I was telling you. Hit the most luxurious looking thermal bath out here. It's got a lot, it's an indoor, outdoor, everything. Not stalling. I think I'm gonna take this little bridge down here so I can get a better shot of the whole castle grounds from over there. Yeah, this is what I wanted. I'm guessing this is where you're supposed to do your photo ops here. Never have I seen this before, where they actually put like a mesh inside. Never seen that. Look at this fountain over here. I honestly cannot remember what this guy's known for, but I've read about him since I've been here. I know that helps you in no way at all, but he's very influential in this history. I just can't remember how, and I certainly can't read that. But we found our destination, Szechenyi Baths. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's go. We're here. We're here! A little precursor steam warning as to what we're in for. Holy cow, look at the inside of this place. This is the lobby. So I'm in the bath and it was 4,800 forint. So I am right here. And these are all the pools. Well, I've already been inside in the indoor baths, but they are so packed, I felt weird filming it. I mean, literally like you almost couldn't sit down. But here's the outdoor. How awesome is that? Wanted to show you a little something. Can't use my good camera. Actually, let's go over to this guy. That looks more fun. This one's like a circular whirlpool. It kind of spins you around in a circle. I think we'll get the hair wet on this one. Take a look at this, man. This is heaven. Living like a Roman. The water feels good, but the air is so cold. I swear if I had Wi-Fi, I'd do a live stream right here for you guys. A little Q&A. All right, we are in the whirlpool that just kind of forces you to go around whether you want to or not, which is pretty cool. I highly recommend you come to this bath if you're out here in Budapest. I'm definitely coming back to Budapest. And this is actually the place, one of the places. This is like the main place that has the night parties on Saturday nights. I'm in the whirlpool again, but I'm just spinning like a madman now. Are you guys getting dizzy yet? It's like being on the teacups. They have these little holes underneath the pool that shoot up jets of water. Pretty cool. Sorry if this is a little boring for you guys, but oh man, this is so awesome. Just chilling out here. Here's the swimming pool, the Olympic, for doing laps and stuff. I think I'm gonna go back inside where it's a little bit warmer. Now we're at one of the indoor ones. Very Roman. Now here's the other side of the outside that we didn't go over to. Pretty similar, it just doesn't have that kind of like swirly whirlpool thing, but you can see where they're setting up the stage for the for tonight, and they've got that entrance over there. All right, we're done here at the bath, and if it's cold outside, this hat's coming out, baby. Done. Well, we're done. What a great time. Let's get out of here. Whew. I'll tell you about it. All right, well, we're done here. Awesome. They had probably more pools than anywhere else, probably in the city, and every temperature. I spent 2 hours here, basically going pool to pool to pool to pool to sauna to pool to sauna to aroma sauna. I'm more beat now than I was when I got here, and I walked a pretty far distance to get here, so good times. Now let's get out of here, go see what else is going on. I don't care what y'all drinkers say. After 2 hours in mineral baths, this is the nectar of the gods. Good old still water. And even though Saturday night in Budapest is flat out full-blown party, I'm just not that guy, so I know I sound lame, but I'm not gonna probably entertain any of that nightlife stuff really. I will probably hit a couple ruin bars, but I think I'm gonna hit those during the day when there's nobody there so I can show you the insides. Well, I decided to come into this fish place and get a piece of cod, and it's only 450 forints, which is like $1.70. Pretty good place, actually. They always say Budapest is more beautiful at night, and they're probably right. I'm gonna walk back through Hero Square since the basketball and everything is pretty much finished and see if we can't see a little bit more now. Unfortunately, it looks like they still have it all shut down for their event stuff, but I neglected to mention earlier that right here is also where they have their Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in there. Well, I guess this truly is good night now. Good night.